All right, so Mac Jones a couple weeks ago, the smoke screen or whatever, do you think it is a smoke screen with them going at 3 with the 49ers, or do you think that Fields and Lance are a sure thing?
I think we have a graphic. I'm not 100% sure. Do we have the graphic? Just 5 days ago, a graphic will just depict what the odds were for the number 3 overall pick. And then now 5 days later, they are very different. Trey Lance is going into his second pro day. Will they look even more different tomorrow now that there's a bunch of facts coming out that Shanahan and the 49ers were allegedly a part of this Trey Lance pro day and what quarterback coach he's working at? Here's odds for the 2021 NFL draft, number 3 overall pick, which is what the San Francisco 49ers traded with the Dolphins to go get. Now, they go all the way up to number 3. Everybody assumes they're going quarterback. You have to also assume if you go all the way up to number 3, you know what quarterback you want. You would be like, okay, here's the quarterback we're going to go and get. They might know who they want, but sportsbooks who seem to have an in everywhere have no idea what the Niners are going to do with the number 3 overall pick. 5 days ago, Mac Jones minus 270 as the number 3 overall pick. Justin Fields plus 200. Trey Lance plus 470. Here we are 5 days later. Minus 270 means massive favorite. Like not a good bet. You bet on this, you're actually going to lose money. It's not a good bet at all. Here we are 5 days later. Justin Fields goes from doubling your money to now minus 125. He is now the odds-on favorite to get number 3 overall after his second pro day where there was a photo of Shanahan and he laughing together while he's holding a bottle of water and pointing at something. Mac Jones goes from minus 270 to plus 180, and Trey Lance goes from plus 470 to plus 210. The sportsbooks have no idea. Will Trey Lance jump Mac Jones after today's pro day in the sportsbook's eyes? Potentially. Will he jump Justin Fields after today's pro day? Potentially. This is insane what's going on with the number 3 overall pick, because at this point in the game, after all the action, after all the bullshit, you would think that somebody would have leaked some information at some point. It sounds like there was information leaked, but it's all contradicting each other and nobody has a fucking clue. That's why draft night's going to be electric.
Of those 3, when the Niners traded up to 3, and they said they were keeping Jimmy Garoppolo. So, like Mac Jones, it seems like Mac Jones is who he is. We know who Mac Jones is. Trey Lance and Justin Fields, if you're keeping Jimmy Garoppolo and one of these 2 quarterbacks is going to sit behind Jimmy Garoppolo for a year, you go with Justin Fields or Trey Lance, because those are the guys in the draft who appear to see like they will benefit the most from sitting a year behind a guy, learning, because Trey Lance has only played 17 or 19 games or whatever it is. And Justin Fields, they said, has all the ability in the world, but potentially could, under Shanahan for a year and sitting behind Jimmy G for a year, benefit the most. That Mac Jones, after they said we're keeping Jimmy G, didn't make sense.
Yeah, it still doesn't really make a lot of sense to me about anything going on up there. Trading up to number 3, you think you would already have the answer, but now they allegedly don't have the answer. It seems like there's a lot of smoke screens, but if Shanahan gets Trey Lance, who he played, 14 games or something his redshirt freshman year? And he threw 28 touchdowns, no interceptions, and ran for 40. Maybe it was 17 games, 14 touchdowns, 28 touchdowns. 28, you get it. There's some number. Yeah. And he goes in there and he just sits for Jimmy G for like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and just comes out in his stud. Shanahan's a genius.
Yeah.
If he does the same thing with Justin Fields, he's a genius. If Mac Jones comes in there and lays a dud, is he a genius still? What if any of them lay a dud? This process has been a winding one, and I would assume Mac Jones, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance can't wait for it to end. Trey Lance can do a lot today. Trey Lance is going to get a chance to showcase. Trey Lance allegedly changed his quarterback coach because the Niners asked for him to, so they can get a little bit more research on him because he doesn't have a lot of game film. Is this all bullshit? Is it all poker? Who knows?